Do you ever wonder if there are true facts about the rise and fall of the notorious stockbroker Jordan Belfort in the movie? Or is it a bunch of wrong facts? Let's test this true story. Jordan Belfort was famously known as the Wolf of Wall Street. This nickname encapsulates his larger-than-life persona and the aggressive, predatory nature with which he operated in the world of finance during the 1990s. However, in the context of Jordan Belfort and the events surrounding his tenure at Stratton Oakmont, there isn't specific documented evidence or widespread acknowledgement that people cheered Wolfie, Wolfie about him. The real Porush says that he is not aware of anyone at the firm calling Jordan the Wolf. Porush says that it's just one of several exaggerations and inventions in both Belfort's book and the movie. So, is it true Jordan Belfort was entitled to a wolf in Wall Street when the events occurred? No. The film depicted scenes of drug-fueled parties, hookups in the office, and even illegal financial practices. These scenes may seem exaggerated, but they are actually based on real-life accounts that have been confirmed by the FBI investigation. And the real Jordan Belfort comes in himself and says, "The drug use and the stuff with the hookers and the sales assistants and the S*X in the office, that stuff is really accurate." And he also says that it was worse than the Oscar-nominated movie. So, is it true that Jordan Belfort and his associates had a debauched lifestyle? Yes. The real-life inspiration behind Donnie Azoff's character in The Wolf of Wall Street, Danny Porush, didn't cross paths with Jordan Belfort by chance at a diner. Instead, it was his wife who unexpectedly connected them. She first encountered Belfort on her daily bus commute, where he always gave up his seat for her. Intrigued by his kindness, she realized they lived in the same apartment building and introduced him to her struggling husband, Danny. After just one conversation with Belfort, Danny was so motivated that he decided to change careers, taking the Series 7 exam to become a stockbroker. This moment was crucial in shaping their future partnership and the infamous events that unfolded in the world of finance and extravagance. So, is it true Belfort met the real Danny Porush, renamed Donnie, in the restaurant? No. There is one most infamous scene in the movie that accurately relates to real-life events. Even his ex-wife, Nadine Masalcuso, played by Margot Robbie, she admits in her viral TikTok that it's true. Jordan, her ex-husband, drove home in a wrecked car, and in real life, Belfort himself thought he made it home safely being high on lemons. It's a type of quaaludes Belfort abused which caused him the memory lapses. He could remember bits and pieces. When he woke up from his drug-induced blissful sleep, boom, he could see the broken car with his sobered eyes. However, the creation of Jordan's cerebral palsy stage is added to heighten the physical comedy and chaos of the situation to make it more engaging for the audience. There was no twisting of arms and legs. Furthermore, there was not even crawling. He stumbled his way to the car. According to Belfort, the car wasn't even a Lamborghini, but a Mercedes. So, is it true lemons made him wreck his car? Yes. Belfort's memoir delves into the turbulent and violent moments of his personal life, which were further intensified by his dependence on quaaludes and other substances. The movie adaptation vividly portrays these occurrences, such as the scene where Belfort physically confronts his wife, Naomi. While the film effectively captures the chaotic and destructive essence of Belfort's lifestyle, it occasionally amplifies certain incidents for dramatic impact, like there's one specific violent scene where Jordan hits his wife in the stomach, but the real Jordan Belfort clarified, "I never punched my wife in the stomach." So, is it true that Jordan Belfort hit his wife? No. Let's not forget to talk about the two craziest scenes. The first is when a woman gets 10,000 grand. The real Jordan Belfort even confirms in his memoir that a female employee agreed to have her blonde hair shaved off for $10,000, which she then used to get D-cup breast implants. Co-founder Danny Porush recalls the incident, stating, "The worst we ever did was shave somebody's head and then pay him 10 grand for it. Then, there was this other crazy scene where Donnie Azoff engulfed a whole goldfish alive. The real Danny Porush shares the memorable incident. "I said to one of the brokers, 'If you don't do more business, I'm going to eat your goldfish,'" Porush recalls. "So I did." So, is it true that Donnie Azoff ate a living goldfish and a woman shaved her head for 10,000 grand? Yes. Jordan Belfort committed significant white-collar crimes, including securities fraud and money laundering. The first scheme is pump and dump. The more buyers they bring into the scheme, the more the junk stock prices pump up. Once the junk stock prices skyrocketed, Belfort would tell his investors to dump the shares of stock and cash out. Then buyers are left with worthless stocks for not selling them fast enough. When he made the illicit profit, it was time to hide the traces of delinquents when he got the FBI and US authorities on his tail. So he laundered his illegal money into Swiss bank accounts. So, is it true Belfort committed both white-collar crimes like money laundering and security fraud? Yes. The portrayal of Jordan Belfort and Donnie Azoff, taping cash onto a woman's body to sneak it into Switzerland, is a fictionalized scene that adds humor and suspense to the movie. The real-life counterpart of Donnie Azoff confirmed that while they were involved in money laundering and concealing funds, the specific act of taping money to a woman's body never occurred. Porush emphasized that the exaggerated scenes in the film, such as the chimpanzee at an office party and little people being thrown as darts, were purely fictional and did not accurately represent their actual experiences. Additionally, the humorous memo declaring the office a F***CK free zone during work hours was also confirmed by Porush to be a fabrication for entertainment purposes. So, is it true there were instances of money tapping into a woman's body? No. Jordan finds himself in a precarious situation after his arrest, as the FBI coerces him into wearing a wire to implicate his close friend, Donnie Azoff. In an attempt to warn Donnie, Jordan discreetly passes him a note. Unfortunately, the FBI becomes aware of this, further complicating Jordan's predicament. It is worth noting that while Donnie is based on a real person, the actual recipient of Jordan's note was another dear friend, Dave Beale. Even, to this day, Jordan remains curious about how the FBI discovered the yellow warning note. So, is it true Belfort warned his dear business partner Danny to not incriminate himself? Yes. Belfort made a significant change in his life after spending only 22 months in prison, shifting his focus towards becoming a successful sales trainer and author. The release of Martin Scorsese's film further boosted his fame, enabling him to explore various entrepreneurial opportunities. He now hosts a well-received podcast where he openly shares details about his life and has also established himself as a sought-after motivational speaker, conducting seminars on his straight-line system. So, is it true that the financial criminal got a slap on the wrist and turned into a motivational speaker and a sales trainer? Yes, with our research and analysis of the Oscar-nominated movie, The Wolf of Wall Street, we successfully tested that this biopic, darkly comical movie is a close depiction of the real story of Jordan Belfort. However, to intensify and make it more entertaining, the movie makers took creative liberties and added spice and satire. What was the most enjoyable part of it for you? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more true story content exploring the difference between movies and reality.